Hey, here comes another episode of the What's Your Excuse or the 10-Minute Daily Reality Check podcast. One of these names are going to stick.
Doesn't suck.
Exactly. One of these names is going to be stick. So do me a favor. Go to my website, davidwygant.com, spelled W-Y-G-A-N-T, davidwygant.com, and send me an email and tell me what name you like. What's your excuse or 10-Minute Daily Reality Check.
Daily Reality Check.
Now, as John is sucking down this really cool thing, it's something that was sent to me, and I want to do a shout out to Monk. Yeah. M-O-N-Q. All right? And what this is, it's Sleepy Monk. These are really cool. What this is essential oils that is put into a cigarette vaporizer type of deal, right?
Yeah.
And what's in here is lavender, lemongrass,
yum time,
and valerian.
Oh, that's sleepy time.
Yeah,
right?
so that's why you're feeling really mellow. So the taste is really good. There's another one for clarity also that they sent me.
These are great. And these are real all natural?
Yeah, these are all natural. Zen Monk.
I love it.
M-O-N-Q.
Who sent these to you?
The company, Zen Monk.
Why did they send them to you? Of all?
They wanted me to try it out and see what my experience was with it.
How did you get involved with them?
They sent me an email.
Just forward email.
Shit's good, right?
Yeah, it's good. Especially, I used to be a chain smoker. I've been smoking 6 years, but now I'm a little worried. I'm enjoying holding a cigarette, breathing it in.
It's all natural. It's natural clarity.
And it's not smoke, right?
No, and this one is orange, ylang, lang, right? But I always like to pronounce things ylang, and frankincense. I think this is really fucking cool. So check them out, man.
It was in the Bible.
Yeah, check them out. Zen Monk. MONQ.com. Actually, it's called MONQ.com.
But is this our first sponsor?
Yeah, this is our first sponsor guest, okay?
All right.
Anyway, John, we got
about judgment.
We got something about judgment, okay? Here comes
Judgment
Judge
Day.
Hypocrite. Judge Hypocrite, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to judge people all the time. You see somebody that's chubby and you make a fucking judgment against them. You see a gay guy and you make a judgment against him. You see somebody who's got resting bitch face and you make a judgment about her. You see somebody do something stupid and you make a judgment about them.
You see someone texting and looking down while they're walking and you make a judgment about them, and 2 seconds later you're doing the same thing.
Yep.
Right?
We're all fucking hypocrites.
You see you're driving in a car and a bike rider kind of cuts in front of you, and then you start honking at him violently and giving him the finger, and then you park your car, you get out, you hop on your bike, and all of a sudden you're that guy. It's all day like that. We're judging these people, making these assumptions, and you can look at yourself. I mean, when I really analyze myself, I call it, I live in New York. There's a lot of people to judge, a lot of people banging into you, so it's easy to get annoyed and easy to start judging. And you could really be violently, obsessively judging people all day. When you do that, I mean, you really put you behind your ego. It keeps you in your ego, and then if you really want to stop doing it, you really have to be like, man, wow, what delusion am I living in that I'm just going around judging all people all day, right? And I don't even consider, no one considers me a judgmental person, so to speak. I don't consider myself a catty person at all, but somehow, even though I'm not, I don't feel consciously that I'm this kind of person, that I'm actually doing that all day long. And it's just like, what a delusion to live in. But I think most of us do it.
Well, it's funny. When I kind of stopped doing it?
Yeah.
I was in Hawaii by myself. I was walking the beach in Maui. It was beautiful, right where the Andaz is. So if you know where the Andaz is in Maui. And I saw these elderly guys in front of me. And I couldn't get around them on the path. And I started getting annoyed. So the judge in my head said, come on, old man, get out of the way, right? And why are you so slow? Their socks are pulled up to their knees, right? They have the classical old man thing. And then all of a sudden I looked at them and they smiled. And I looked and I saw my future. And I realized one day in the near future, I'm going to be that old man on the path. And there's going to be some young whippersnapper behind me going, come on, old man, right? There's going to be a whippersnapper behind me. And I'm going to be that guy.
Are your socks going to be like thigh high?
Thigh high, man, right to the ball.
Oh, Christ.
Right to the ball.
This is like serious old man.
Can I tell you a funny story? Okay.
Yeah.
When my grandfather, Grandpa Mickey was his name. Meyer Winthrop was his name. He was one of the. He was a very, very Frankie's husband,
Winthrop,
the alcoholic, right?
Oh.
Meyer Winthrop, okay?
He was a very rich man. That was his real name?
Well, Weintraub was his name. He was a bachelor. My grandmother thought that wouldn't look good in New York City social.
Big name.
In social circles, because a Jew name wouldn't have been good as a fucking Goyim name, right? And my grandmother
back in that time.
Back in those times. So they went from the Weintraubs to the Winthrops. The Winthrop sounded very, very...
He sounds very aristocrat.
Very aristocrat, right? So
one butler, right?
One time, my mother and my grandmother used to make me hang out with my grandfather, and he had nothing to say. So one day, they said, take Grandpa out on the boat. So we had this blow-up fucking boat with oars, right? So I said, come on, Grandpa. And Grandpa had the fucking bathing suit up to his chest, right? You know, and he's a little guy. He's like 5'3".
Oh, wait a minute. I see balls coming in.
Oh, yeah.
I see a ball popping out.
Oh, yeah. You got to hear the story. So he's waddling down to the water. So we get in the boat, and here I am, like young whippersnapper. I'm like 17 years old. I'm fucking starving, and I wanted dinner. But Grandma Frankie, who was a fucking alcoholic, would be sucking down the scotch, and she'd take 3 hours to make dinner. She'd starve us, you know? So I was out there, and I said, so, Grandpa, how are things going? Oh, very good, David. And then all of a sudden, you got it. I was out. It was loose.
How old was he at that point?
In his 70s. And that thing was like... That thing was like
on his knee, right?
elephantitis, man. That thing looked like a mini watermelon. Right?
Man.
You know, mini watermelons, okay?
That's disgusting.
So it was out.
It popped out?
It popped out.
And he doesn't even notice?
Didn't even notice, right?
It weirds me out when someone doesn't...
I
their balls are hanging out.
I know.
Is that what happens when you get old? You don't know your balls are hanging out of your pants?
I know. They don't notice.
You don't think your grandpa was weird in some way?
No. He just... And
sometimes I think those weird
guys... Wait a second. We're in the middle of the bay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, hey, Grandpa, can we turn around? I want to go in. I'm hungry. Yes, David. And I'm rolling, and I'm thinking, I'm going different directions. I'm going in circles. David, why are you going in circles? Because I'm trying to get the ball back in.
No.
Right? Yes.
Come on.
He doesn't notice. So we get out of the boat, and I figured once he got out of the boat, it would settle back. But apparently it was so big and engorged, right, that it hooked onto the fucking fabric, you know, the line and the bathing suit, right?
Yeah, this is sickening.
And
I can't take it anymore.
He gets out of the boat and it doesn't go back in, so he starts walking up to the house, and it's like a half an acre, or it's almost an acre up to the house. And I'm watching him, and I'm sitting, and I keep turning around, and in my rearview mirror, I still see ball coming at me. So I don't know what to do. He's heading to the kitchen door. My grandmother...
Flapping around.
My grandmother and my mother are in the kitchen, and he opens the screen door, and it goes, shut, coop. And I'm sitting out there fucking dying. I'm on the hammock. All of a sudden, I hear my grandmother go, Mickey, what is wrong with you? Oh, my God. My mother flies out of the kitchen like a fucking maniac, right? A maniac. She's crying. She's laughing so hard.
Okay, yeah.
She looks at me. She goes, so you got a sick fucking sense of humor. Okay, you couldn't tell him his ball was hanging out? So we're hypocrites in a way that we don't have empathy and compassion for people that we...
This is the weirdest example of judgment I've ever heard.
Ever, right?
What's that to do with judgment?
It's got a lot to do with judgment, because one day...
ball story.
Because one day it's going to be my ball hanging out.
Yeah,
and somebody's going to judge me as an old man that doesn't have his senses anymore.
Yeah.
I know it's a weird example.
How many years did your grandpa live after that?
He had a couple of heart attacks after that.
Right after that. Maybe he was already losing it, huh?
Yeah, I think he was losing. I don't
know how you don't know his balls are popping out. I mean, all we think about is our balls all day.
How do you not know?
I'm checking my balls every minute to make sure they're still there.
How do you not know when someone bends over in the park and you see their ass that they don't know?
Yeah, well, they do know. Come on.
They do, right?
Somebody, come on.
Or a woman whose bra is kind of hanging out. Or
I've seen it.
You know, or a nipple, or they're wearing a shirt with no bra, and you can literally see the entire breast. They have to know, don't they?
Well, they know. I'm sure they know, and they're enjoying it. I hope they enjoy it, man. I'm enjoying it.
I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, I love the female form.
So how does this have to deal with being a hypocrite?
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately, I think the thing is let's catch ourselves, because every time we judge ourselves, and you can quote me on this, every time you judge someone else, every single time you put yourself in a little tiny box. You box yourself in, and now you're making your world smaller and smaller because you keep judging other people on what they're doing, who they're dating. They're dating an older guy or they're dating a younger woman. Judgment. So then now you're in this little box where you'll never enjoy any of those things, especially if you like, even if you're attracted to someone older or younger, because now that's bad. Or they look at this person, look at this person. They're not dating anyone. They haven't had a partner in 3 years. Oh my God!
Oh my God! What are you doing? Still being single?
Yeah,
a woman of your age, a man of your age. Why are you still single? How come you don't have any kids?
Yeah, why aren't you having kids? Or all the things we judge people on, right? And it's like when you judge those people now your world is small, a tiny little world in a little studio apartment cluttered with old newspapers. That's how small it gets. So in order to really expand in this, we need to have compassion, empathy, and we need to stop ourselves. And let's be honest, we need to do it all day, every day. We got to stop and check ourselves. And imagine if you could go a whole day judgment-free. But even if you could go an afternoon judgment-free, it'd be very powerful for you because in there you really discover yourself and you'll discover humanity.
It's funny. I mean, that's why I brought the ball story.
Yeah.
Because I was judging my grandfather.
Yeah.
It was actually judging myself because I never wanted to get to that age where I was not aware of where my body parts are. It's actually a fear thing. It actually is. You're judging.
I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'm enjoying it.
But you're judging. But we're judging those moments because we actually judge things we're actually afraid of also.
I still don't get this story.
I'm telling you, I can tie anything in.
Yeah, but listen. I'm curious to know how your grandpa felt after that. Did he feel humiliation or shame, or did he accept himself so much?
He couldn't look at me for like a day or two.
Yeah.
Don't forget, he was one of those guys that would never stand up to me. I mean, I was 6'2", and I wasn't as built as I am now. I was still a skinny, strong kid, right? Yeah. So there was no way he was standing up to me. I mean, he was 5'2" and looked like, what he looked like, my grandfather?
What?
He looked like the guy who thanked Archie and Jughead for the hamburgers. Wimpy.
Oh man.
Thank you again. Do you have a nickel for a hamburger today? He looked just like Wimpy.
He was so rich?
He was a stockbroker. No,
he was a smart guy.
From 1929 on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so right after the big fucking crash, man, he bought stocks.
You got none of that money, right?
None.
Let's go back to Grandma Frankie.
Well, she was a hypocrite.
But do you apologize to her?
No, fucking Grandma Frankie's dead.
I mean, did she...
She was a hypocrite. You know why she was a hypocrite?
Yeah.
She was a hypocrite because, and that was probably me getting back at my hypocritical grandparents by allowing him to walk in and show my grandmother his testicle. Because the fact of the matter is that they were hypocrites. My grandmother was super critical of me, and I was not as smart as my cousin Joel, who was a doctor. I was not as motivated as my other cousin. I was not as in tune as my other cousin. I was always compared to other people, and that's what judgments do. And a lot of that judgment starts off with our parents. Our parents teach us how to be hypocritical and judgmental. How many of you have been judged by your parents?
Jeez.
Think about that. Think about all the people in your life that judge you and start eliminating those people one ball at a time. Literally. Literally.
One elephantitis
ball at a time. I mean, this is like a
7-year-old saggy ball.
I mean, this is a Seinfeld episode right now. But anyway, we're out of time. So
I hope you learned something.
Yeah, I hope you learned something. Once again, self-help that doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. That isn't contrived. That isn't fake. That isn't PG. That isn't PC. That isn't color-coded for TV or radio or for all the goody two-shoes out there, but the real deal from real people. And we go through the darkness to bring you to the light.
Yeah, and if you can't handle the truth, then don't listen.
Yeah.
I mean, it really comes down to that. Don't listen. And this is an interesting episode too. And I want you to write in. I want you to send an email. Go to my website, davidweigand.com, and I want you to write in. And we went a lot of different directions during this. As John is sucking down, like you're supposed to only do about 5 or 6 hits.
Am I going to get sick?
John's got like 40 hits.
Am I going to get sick?
No, you probably won't wake up for 2 days.
No, is it really that crazy?
Yeah, no, it's not that crazy.
Oh,
but I want you to think: how judgmental were you of me when I was a 17-year-old boy? Not, thinking that's, doing that to my grandfather and actually laughing about it. And
then, during your story, I was judging your grandfather.
Yeah, and then...
I mean, how can anyone walk around with his ball hanging out?
Well, it's interesting. Let's think about how we judged. How did you judge listening to today's podcast. Anyway, stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be another amazing day as always. And we still don't know if it's going to be called the 10-Minute Daily Reality Check or what's your excuse. But the tagline is the same tagline.
And that tagline is tune in for self-help that doesn't suck.